Before Harrison Ford became synonymous with iconic heroes like Indiana Jones and Han Solo, he quietly honed his craft in the background of network television. And one of his most formative, yet often overlooked, appearances came in the Western drama Gunsmoke. Now streaming on Paramount+, Gunsmoke represents not only a pivotal moment in TV history, but also a time capsule that captured Ford in a rare villainous light. The Long Ride of Gunsmoke. Originally airing as a radio drama in 1952, Gunsmoke transitioned to television in 1955 and stayed on air until 1975, making it one of the longest-running scripted primetime series in American history. It combined strong writing, rugged realism, and a rotating door of guest stars to tell powerful stories about justice, survival, and morality in the Old West. Its format, episodic and flexible, allowed a wide range of emerging actors to appear in one-off roles, often playing vastly different characters from episode to episode. This storytelling structure created a springboard for future stars, including the then-unknown Harrison Ford. Ford's humble start as a Gunsmoke bandit. In Season 18, Episode 11, The Sodbusters, Harrison Ford appeared as a low-ranking thug named Print. Though his screen time was limited and lines scarce, he carried an intimidating presence in his scenes. His character was part of a criminal gang led by Lamar Underwood, and while Ford wasn't yet the center of attention, his physicality and silent intensity suggested he could hold the camera with more than just grit. It wasn't until the climactic shootout that Ford's potential shined. As the last outlaw standing, he exuded tension and resolve, traits that would define many of his later performances. Though his character was ultimately gunned down, Ford's ability to sell the drama and give the hero something to overcome made his short role stand out. In a way, this moment hinted at the quiet charisma and grounded presence that would become his trademarks. Second appearance, bigger impact. Less than a season later, Ford returned to Gunsmoke in a more complex role. In Season 19, Episode 20, Wayland's Men, he played Hobie, a morally gray outlaw. This wasn't a one-note villain, but a character with internal conflicts, showing restraint and even remorse, something Ford skillfully conveyed in his limited time. Hobie wasn't just a gunslinger. He was a man with a code. When he kills a cheating gambler, it feels less like senseless violence and more like an eruption of pent-up principle. Ford brought nuance to Hobie's actions, layering charm and danger in a way that hinted at the mature performances he would later deliver in The Fugitive or 1923. It's easy to imagine the show's producers recognizing Ford's emerging talent. Had his career not taken off shortly after, perhaps Gunsmoke would have brought him back again. From guest star to Hollywood icon, these two roles, while modest, are critical in tracing Ford's evolution. Before American Graffiti launched him into the public eye and Star Wars made him a global phenomenon, Gunsmoke gave Ford an opportunity to embody rugged characters and experiment with the kinds of emotions and physicality he'd later be famous for. While Ford rarely played villains again in his career, these early forays into antagonistic territory highlight his range. The seriousness and effort he brought to even the smallest roles reflect a work ethic that would carry him through decades of cinematic success. Why Gunsmoke still matters. Beyond Ford, Gunsmoke is a critical piece of television history. It took the Western formula and elevated it through strong writing, atmosphere, and social commentary. And though the genre has faded from mainstream television, the legacy of Gunsmoke continues, revived occasionally through modern adaptations and sustained by the talent it fostered. Now available on Paramount+, the series remains a must-watch for fans of Ford, classic TV, and Western storytelling alike. These episodes aren't just footnotes in Harrison Ford's career, they're essential viewing for anyone interested in the building blocks of a Hollywood legend.